What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Axis of Combat podcast, episode 63. We're here to break down UFC 304, aka UFC Manchester. We're going to here break down the entire card from top to bottom, give you some picks, some predictions, maybe even some bets. Like always, it's your boy Ray Boogie, Rayo from the AO. My co-host.
Hugo the boss, Hugo got next. You already know. And before we get into any of this business, you already know the routine. Like, comment, subscribe, follow Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Everybody enjoying these visuals right now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date.
And for all of our audio listeners, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcast, you already know.
First fight on the card at women's strawweight, we have Shannon Bannon, Mama B, going one-on-one with a debuting Alice Ardelean. Adriel. I think it's Ardelean, right? Yeah. Okay, Ardelean, whatever. Bannon, 5-1, fighting out of Ireland, hailing from Ireland, 30 years old. Ardelean, 9-5 overall, fighting out of Romania, 32 years old. And the crowd goes mild. Not a good way to really kick off this card, in my opinion. I'm gonna, off rip, just lean Bannon to win. I feel like this is a bit of a setup fight for her.
Agreed.
A bit of a rebound fight for her. She debuted against Bruna, Brasil. Probably could have won that fight if she put her fucking, pedal to the metal there, But Alice here making a short notice debut. Original opponent was Ravina Oliveira. She ended up withdrawing. Not really impressed with Ardelean, if I'm being completely honest with you. I mean, she's fought two names you might recognize. Zhang Weili and Belbita.
Right.
Got waxed by both of them. Zhang Weili, understandable. Belbita by sub. Okay.
Yeah. Questionable.
In my opinion, I just don't think she's UFC level. They just needed a body here. She's got okay striking. She's got a chin. Not really good. That takedown defense is really not that good. If Bannon has any kind of pulse here, she should win. It's probably going to go to decision. Watch it be a split decision, but, because low-level women MMA. But give me Bannon here, probably by decision. What about you?
Yeah, I echo everything you said. I really don't have much interest in picking a side in this fight. I think it's crazy to bet a side in this fight, too. Just because Alice is not good and Shauna could arguably be worse.
She could.
She arguably. I think she's the better fighter, too. I like the overs in this fight as a parlay piece. I like it going to decision as well. Both of them are trash. Straight trash. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Next fight on the card at men's middleweight, we have CLD Christian Leroy Duncan going against not Robert Brzeski or Brzeski. Don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. But the guy he is fighting, we know him very well. Hobo Cop. Stepping in. Gregory Rodrigues. God damn, what a banger.
They got this fight listed as number 2 in Topology. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be number 2 before the card starts.
100%. This is probably going to be either prelim opener. I mean, no, prelim main event or
main card opener.
Main card opener for sure.
Oh my goodness.
CLD 10-1, fighting out of England, hailing from England, 29 years old. RoboCop 15-5, hailing from Brazil, fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, 32 years old. Like I mentioned before, fucking banger of a fight. Kind of hard. I'm kind of split on this. I think I'm going to be leaning CLD. I think in the stand-up, Rodrigues, obviously probably the more dangerous guy because just in terms of pure power. But I do think that Duncan is probably the more technical striker, probably manages his distance a little better. He's got decent takedown defense. I am worried if RoboCop does start moving in with his wrestling. It's probably deep half for him here, unless he just knocks him out clean. But close fight, could be dog or pass. Don't have any lines on it right now. I'm going to assume Duncan might be the slight favorite.
We got a line, 135 right now and plus 114 for Gregory.
Look at that. Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate. I kind of like those lines. Give me Christian Leroy Duncan here. Does he finish?
Possibly.
They both have common opponents. They both struggled against Arman Petrowski.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Petrosian.
There you go. Petrowski.
I like CLD here. I like CLD because I think he does a lot of what Gregory does, but he does it with better defensive responsibility as well as better distance management. He understands space, and then he has more weapons. I think Gregory has the grappling advantage, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold CLD down. His wrestling defense is pretty good, but his get-up game is really good. Like, he's able to pop back up to his feet on numerous occasions on a lot of his regional footage. So I'm going to lean CLD here. You might get a play from me on here on this, because I do I love RoboCop, but I have a hard time understanding how he's going to be able to get close to CLD, and CLD has the cardio advantage too. So if this is a slugfest, CLD is not going to get tired.
How do you feel about fight ends in KO?
Yeah, that's a good bet.
That's probably the way
if it's playable.
If it is, yeah.
Right, but yeah, CLD, I think this fight's going to get finished.
Next fight at light heavyweight, we have the Baltic, the Gladiator, Modestas, Bukauskas, going one-on-one with Marcin Prachnio. Bukauskas, 15-6, fighting out of Lithuania, 30 years old. Prachnio, 17-7 overall, repping Poland, fighting out of Amsterdam, 36 years old. For a 205 fight, kind of mid. This is battle of the mid, in my opinion.
Another one, yeah.
I'm going to lean Bukauskas as the pick. Not with that much confidence. I think he's probably the more technical striker here. I am worried about his chin. I am worried about his output a bit as well. He's a little bit low volume. Prachnio, a little more wild. I don't really trust his IQ as much, but I think he's probably going to be the more active fighter, and he might have the power edge here. But I trust Bukauskas as the smarter fighter to kind of just pick him apart at distance a bit. Give me Bukauskas here. Again, not with the most confidence. Probably this fight goes the distance, but I don't know. Not too much confidence. I'm not really too interested in this fight from a betting perspective, unless something really stands out when props drop. Just give me Bukauskas here, just to pick. What about you?
Yeah, I'm on Bukauskas as well. I think Bukauskas is just the more technical and more defensively responsible striker. Prachnio, he hasn't really had a convincingly good win in the UFC outside of Khalil Roundtree, which kind of aged well. But if he fought Khalil now, Khalil would come in a 187 on his ass. Like, it'd be bad. So, like, I just think he caught Khalil at the right time. His other wins are Ike Villanueva and William Knight. And that was Willie Knight's last fight. I'm not impressed by Prachnio at all, to be frank. Bukauskas and him both share losses to Prachnio, but Prachnio pretty much made love to Prachnio on the floor and then just decided when he wanted to sub him in the third round. That's the other thing that's glaring. I think Bukauskas probably can take this fight to the floor if he needs to and have success. Give me Prachnio. Give me Bukauskas.
You mean Aaron Taylor Johnson, right?
Yeah. I give me Bukauskas. I think Bukauskas is Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah. I think he is. I just think he's the better all-around fighter, and I think Prachnio's kind of ass. So yeah, we can move on to the next fight.
Next fight on the card at men's welterweight, we have the Future. Man, I hate this fucking nickname. Sam Patterson going one-on-one with BDK Kiefer Crosbie. Patterson, 11-2-1, fighting out of the United Kingdom, 28 years old. Crosbie, 10-4, fighting out of Ireland, hailing from Ireland, 34 years old. Another battle of the mid, but at least this fight is probably not going to go the distance. It might be a good time for a short time.
Yes.
Sam Patterson is probably going to be the side for me here. His striking, offensive striking is decent.
It's decent.
Long, lanky guy, tall for the division. Probably is going to win this fight by sub, if you ask me, because Kiefer Crosbie cannot defend a sub. What I do worry about for the Sam Patterson side is his defensive striking is shit.
Terrible.
It's bad. His stand-up, chin straight up, back straight up. I mean, begging for the KO.
Yeah, he fights like a big man, but he doesn't really know how to fight like a big man.
Kiefer Crosbie, I think maybe Bellator Reject's probably too harsh of a thing to say, but he used to fight in Bellator. He wasn't that good there. Fighting here, I know he got brought in as a body to fight that guy from Alter Carbon. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Joel Kinnaman, but yeah. But it's
Giuseppe.
But Giuseppe,
where he was actually piecing up Giuseppe. I'll give Crosbie a couple things besides the fact that he sounds like a hockey player. Fast hands, decent boxing, decent chin. The IQ, questionable, but this fight, I don't see going the distance. I think either Crosbie knocks him out or Patterson gets the club and sub. That's kind of the way I see this fight going. I'm gonna lean Patterson. He's the younger guy. the more lanky guy, and I think the guy the UFC kind of wants to push here. But fight doesn't go is probably the play. That's all I really got for this one. What about you?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on the Sam Patterson lean, but this might be a dog play. Kiefer Crosby's line is a plus 280, which
really,
yeah, I think that's insane.
I think Kiefer by KO has got to be fucking.
It's got to be juicy, and I'll play it. I just put a quarter unit on it. Like what a guy, Sam Patterson's defense is so bad. I think when he got that sub his last fight, he got dropped first.
And the thing is,
I feel like that happened.
In the UFC, I haven't seen him proactively wrestle either. So the only way I could see Patterson like kind of getting his sub shit going is either he clubs and subs or Crosby for some dumbass reason decides to crash into him.
Yeah.
Then they body lock takedown and then, it's curtains from there. But
yeah, I'm with you. But I'm with you though. I think Sam should win this fight, but just this line is I'm sorry. Not
unplayable. The favorite is unplayable.
Sam shouldn't be a minus 355 against anybody.
not even Kiefer.
Yeah. Come on, man. We need to stop.
Next fight on the card at heavyweight, we got Mick Parkin going one-on-one with the Bull, Lukasz Brzeski. Parkin, perfect. 9-0, fighting out of England, hailing from England, 28 years old. Brzeski, 9-4-1, repping Poland, fighting out of Poland, 32 years old. Not as low level as the previous fights, but it's not going to be a barn burner, probably, in my opinion. Parkin is going to be the side. I am going to be picking Parkin to win. More technical. I'm impressed with his decision making in the ring. His striking is very solid, in my opinion. Brzeski, if he was on the juice, maybe. I might have to wait till weigh-ins for this one. You know what I'm saying?
He might be.
Because he might have the power edge here. And I think he's probably the one that's more likely to probably try to take this to the ground.
Which is wild.
But
Mick has the wrestling edge.
I think so
hilarious. Too. Yeah, he doesn't really he kind of goes after it, but not at this level. He hasn't.
But Parkin is definitely the more educated striker. He's definitely got the more educated hands. He's got the better jab. Give me Parkin here. And also, I initially thought that Brzeski was going to be super big, but they got him listed both at 6'4", and they actually got Parkin with the half-inch reach advantage.
I don't know. I got to see that on weigh-in because they be messing up sometimes.
You're not wrong. Parkin is a big dude, though.
Brzeski's humongous. I tell you what, the wrestling edge for Parkin here, I think he's a solid play this week. But Brzeski did look decent at, I believe, his second to last fight. I got to double-check that really quick. But actually against Walter Walker.
Yeah, that was his last fight.
His last fight.
And that one was still kind of
yeah, it wasn't the best showing.
Yeah.
So let me take that back. I retract. I retract that.
That previous statement.
Make Parkin gonna work him like a summer job. That's what I think's gonna happen. So give me Mick Parkin. I'll go by decision, but I wouldn't rule a late stoppage in this fight either. We'll see how we play it as it gets closer, especially hopefully, and we'll see if Brzeski's on juice. That's the other big factor. 100%, because he has popped for steroids at some point. So
next fight at men's welterweight, we have the Welsh gangster Oban Elliott going one-on-one with pressure. Preston Parsons, Triple P. Elliott, 10-2, fighting out of Wales, hailing from Wales, 26 years old. Parsons, 11-4, fighting out of Jacksonville Beach. Jacksonville, bitch. I'm gonna say, yeah. Florida, 29 years old. This fight, actually, I have a hard time picking a side. As for right now, I'm just gonna lean Preston Parsons. I'm gonna lean Parsons because more UFC experience. Both guys want to wrestle, but I think Parsons wrestling a little more. I'd probably also trust Parsons' chin a little more. If this stays standing, I actually think Elliott might be the better stand-up, but both guys don't really want to stand. They both want to take the fight down, grapple, cue to George Michaels, make passionate love on the ground.
Wham.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a close fight. I think this fight should be a pick'em if it's not already listed as a pick'em. But give me Parsons probably by decision. If fight ends in sub is probably juicy, I might take a stab at that. But give me pressure Parsons to put the Welsh gangster in a fucking blender, probably. You know what I'm saying? For the most of the fight. We'll see. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, a lot of these fighters from Wales can grapple. They're all very good grapplers. So they got Preston Parsons at -162, and then Oban Elliott at plus 136. That seems a little appropriate. I'm not going to say it's completely right, but I'm not going to say it's totally off either. I like Preston Parsons for all the reasons you listed. I think he's just had the better brand of competition fights. He's shown me more. Oban, I'm not too high on him. A lot of Welsh fighters. No disrespect to you guys. I'm just not. And then the thing is, like, he got dropped by Val Woodburn, who's straight ass.
Kind of struggled again in that fight.
He did
finish Woodburn, which is I don't really.
Actually, no, he didn't even finish it. Went to decision.
That's what I'm saying.
Woodburn hurt him and almost killed him 2 times
in the first round. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. This is a fight that I don't with a lot of the spots that we have in this card to bet. This is a fight I don't have too much interest in betting. Like, I feel like we don't have to force anything. Bankroll management, 100%. Like.
Discipline, baby, discipline.
Yeah, there's a lot of other places you can put your hard-earned bucks on this card. But give me Preston Parsons for everything my brother listed.
Next fight, women's strawweight. We got Meatball Molly McCann, Triple M. We got a lot of people with like the same initial and then like the first and last name all the same because that Pressure Parsons, Molly Meatball. I don't know. I think that's bars, whatever. Meatball going one-on-one with the special one. That nickname, I'm not a fan of that one. It's
she ain't special.
Kind of weak.
She ain't special.
I think, listen, we're going to probably disagree on this one.
Go ahead.
Bruna, Brasil. McCann, 14-6 overall. Fighting out of England, hailing from England, 34 years old. Brasil, 9-4-1. Guess where she's at? Fighting out of Brazil, hailing from Brazil, 30 years old. This fight is interesting because I think Bruna's live. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Did you see the line on this?
No,
dude. Bruna's a plus 235.
I might play that.
In what world?
I might play that, and the reason why I kind of think Bruna is a bit live is because I think 100% she's got. When it comes to the footwork, I think she's got the better feet work. Footwork, right? The footwork is on her side. I also think she's the better counter striker. I think she's the cleaner puncher in this matchup. I am afraid of Brazil's chin because
she leaves it up there, man.
It ain't the best. And Molly, she can fucking crack. You give her one thing. Molly's a tough woman. She's got hands. She'll throw them.
She's gonna be shaking like from the cocaine that she ingested before she enters the octagon. She's just
she gonna be all ramped up. Molly, listen. I'll give her the power. I'll give her the volume because she's probably going to be the one walking forward. She's going to be the one probably pressuring. I know she's been mixing in wrestling lately too. I don't know if that's probably the best idea against Brazil because I do think Brazil better jiu-jitsu and probably will fuck Molly up on the ground. Molly is probably the pick here, but I think I'm probably leaning towards Brazil as the play. I'm being completely honest with you. Molly should win this fight. Molly probably is going to find her chin, but I don't know. I think Brazil can really give her trouble here in this matchup. That might be the play for me.
I'm kind of with you here. I just don't like the line. I think this line is absurd for Molly. Molly shouldn't be a minus 290 against Bruna Brazil. Bruna does a lot of good things on the feet with her striking. She has more weapons on the feet. She has better feet, as my brother said. She has the better jiu-jitsu. But Molly's probably not going to wrestle her, so she has to kind of counter box and or defensively box her or be the aggressive boxer and try to put hands on her. I like Molly to win this fight because we disagreed on this like beforehand. I said I think Molly's going to hurt her.
Molly's got to make it messy. I think she makes this fight messy. She could definitely win.
She'll knock her out.
But if she tries to be technical, I think she's going to get bombed.
She's going to get lit up.
Yeah.
And I just think, don't get me wrong, I think Molly's more likely than not to make it messy. I just think at minus 290, like, who are we kidding?
Yeah, she needs I think she borderline needs a finish to justify
that line.
Yeah.
Like, and don't get me wrong, Bruna doesn't have a good chin.
No.
She does not. So, like, if she got caught, would she go down and stay down? Probably.
Also, Molly's probably got the gas, right?
Yeah, I agree. Bruna's faded. She faded a little bit against Denise Gomes, and Denise just caught her ass later in the fight. Denise was just putting hands on that girl. I could see it looking very similar, except that Molly doesn't hit like Denise, but she hits hard enough. Give me Molly. I'll say ITD, which is crazy, but this fight's a little scary to bet on considering the line. I got to see what the lines look like when they drop for the knockout props and stuff like that. But Molly's the lean. Don't know how I'm going to bet it. That's the best answer I can give you.
Next fight on the card at men's featherweight, we have the prospect. He should change his nickname. Nathaniel Wood going one-on-one with the Pit, Daniel Pineda. Wood, 19-6. Pause. Fighting out of England, hailing from England, 30 years old. Pineda, 28-15, fighting out of Houston, Texas, 38 years old. This fight, probably low-key banger. Pineda early, Wood late. I'm picking Wood to win this fight. I think probably IQ-wise, he's probably the smarter fighter. When it comes to the stand-up, Pineda probably hits harder. Pineda's got wicked leg kicks. I'm kind of worried a little bit about that for in terms of the Wood side, but Wood's got the better, I think, striking overall. Should be able to take over late because he does have the cardio. I could see him taking down Pineda. Pineda likes to play off his back a lot. Pineda's kind of wicked on the ground though too. I mean, this dude's got more subs than I think Wood's got fights. Actually, no, that's cap, but give me Wood here. Probably Wood to finish late. Pineda, if you like the Pineda side, Pineda early, Pineda 1-2. Give me Wood to later Wood. What about you?
Yeah, I'm with you with Wood laying the Wood. I think this is a complete mismatch, to be frank. Let's see, though, because if Pineda looks really good on the scale post-USADA, we might be having a different discussion.
Could be geared up.
But if you're going to bet Pineda, you have to hope that he's going to finish Wood because Pineda's never won a fight by decision. He has 28 wins. He's never won by decision.
Which makes me think this fight probably doesn't go.
Yeah, because he's melt or get melted. I like Nathaniel Wood's props for round 2, round 3. I think he probably stops him with punches. But I just have a hard time believing Pineda's going to stop Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood's been knocked out twice. I'm not sure by who. Oh, one was a broken nose.
I am worried about the physicality here just a bit because I know Pineda used to fight like at lightweight. And I know Wood's last fight was against, I think, Muhammad Naimov, where Naimov was able to kind of like control him physically, grapple him.
Yeah, I just don't think Pineda's going to have the cardio. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but I don't think he's going to have the cardio that Naimov has. Yeah, and the last time he's been knocked out, Nathaniel Wood, 2020, by Josh Dodson, who is a tremendous puncher at 135. Fought as low as 125, but the speed kills, baby. Yeah, I like Nathaniel Wood late here, Pineda early, but Nathaniel Wood preferably late. I think he gets him out of there.
Next fight on the card at men's lightweight, we got Bobby Green, or King Green. I don't think his nickname is King anymore. It's literally his name. I think it's King Green. Going one-on-one with Patty, the baddie, Pimblett. Green, 32-15-1, fighting out of California, 37 years old. Patty, the baddie, 21-3, fighting out of England, hailing from England, repping England, 29 years old. Definitely a show me fight for Pimblett. I think if he can get over Bobby Green, that's probably a step in the right direction. In terms of the striking, I mean, it's probably Bobby all day. He's going to be the faster guy.
Going to be able to keep him on the outside, better footwork.
Definitely the more technical striker. I am worried about Bobby's chin a bit, especially early if Patty's able to kind of connect, because Patty does hit hard. I'll give him that. He does hit hard. Patty's got the wrestling and grappling edge. The problem is Bobby Green's got very good takedown defense, and even off his back, he's not like a fish out of water. I know he's 37 years old. He's almost fucking 10 years older than Patty here, but I'm gonna lean Green to win this fight. Probably by decision.
Yeah, decision's definitely the way he would probably win this fight.
Patty, I mean, if Patty can outmuscle this dude, I mean, they're both 5'10". He's got the 2-inch reach advantage, Patty, but
Patty cuts a lot of weight, though.
If Patty can out-physical Green, get to a body lock or something like that, maybe take him down, I mean, maybe all bets are off because, you know, Patty is decent on the ground. I'll give him that. But it's hard to see a clear path unless he just cleans Green's chin. That's bars.
Yeah.
Give me Green for the win here.
Yeah, I like Green by decision as well. This fight scares the shit out of me because it's in London for Patty, so even if it is close, we might get another Jared Gordon.
I was just gonna say,
robbery.
Look what happened to Jared Gordon. So I mean, if it is a decision, and maybe a stab at Pimblett's decision is probably not the worst
look.
It's not.
This fight scares me just for the narratives, and I feel bad because Bobby might put on a masterclass, and he might say just because
He was getting pushed against the cage and controlled for like fucking 3 minutes.
This fucking doofus was just walking forward on him.
Because I could see that too. I could see Patty just pushing him against the cage and just holding him. Probably
Hugging him.
Knees, little foot stomps and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then decision.
And then bam, decision. Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, this fight, just for the narratives and where it's at, scares the shit out of me. And just because Bobby is a guy that's like the ultimate gatekeeper, and they want him to serve his purpose for this fight because they want to push Patty further. Because this fight would definitely probably put Patty in the top 15 shooting range.
It's close. It's probably not the easiest fight to bet.
I'm with Bobby, but yeah, I'd be a decision because I think he's just got the better skills. Mm-hmm. But I'm probably not going to touch this fight just because I think someone's going to get robbed. Which means I'll probably play Patty just on a whim. Straight up.
Dude, if his decision is juicy, fuck it, bro.
Why not?
Why not?
So
plus 200?
Yeah.
Half unit?
And am I confident Bobby's going to be able to keep him off of him? Patty's huge for the weight class. Patty might be able to get him down once or twice. And if he gets him down that once or twice, will he be able to take his back? Like if he gets him off the body lock and gets him into like on all fours and takes his back and then gets a body lock, sure.
Thinking Patty could start gassing too.
That's the thing, man. This fight's fucking scary.
It's weird, bro.
It's scary to bet. I'm going to lean Bobby because he's the better fighter, but if Patty won, I'm not going to be surprised. And if Patty won by fleecing, I'm really not going to be surprised. That's where I'm at with it.
Next fight on the card at men's flyweight, we have a fucking banger. We got Muhammad Mokaev, the Punisher, going against star boy Manel Kape. Mokaev 11-0, perfect. Fighting out of Manchester, England, 23 years old. Star boy Manel Kape, 19-6, fighting out of Portugal, 30 years old. A couple questions. One, we need to see if Manel Kape actually makes this fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a history of either pulling out. Actually, it's mostly his opponents pulling out, but lately
it's been him.
He has if you go to Hunter's Tabology record, there's a lot of fucking gray, a lot of canceled bouts. So hopefully this bout is able to stay together. If it does, they have it lined currently as a pick'em. I kind of get it. I think the slight favorite is Mokaev. Kape has been taken down previously in the UFC, twice by Dvorak, once cleanly by Dvorak in my opinion, and then a couple times by Nicolau. I do think, if you ask me, Kape is the better fighter.
Much better.
He is. And in terms of the stand-up, all day Kape. All day. Mokaev doesn't have stand-up. He doesn't. I'm sorry.
It's not competitive on the feet.
Just look at the Alex Perez fight.
It's not competitive on the feet.
It's not. I'm going to lean the dog. This is literally dog or pass, and Kape is currently right now plus 100. Give me the dog. Give me Kape. I am going to pick him to win. He might get taken down early. He has shown the propensity to make adjustments in the fight. Mokaev, I think all he really has is to grapple here, because the stand-up, there's nothing.
Mokaev is ass, bro.
I think he's a little bit. He got a bit exposed by Alex Perez.
A bit.
Alex Perez is not whack. Newsflash for people. People need to fucking put a little respect on Alex Perez's name, but got a bit exposed. And I mean, unless he's still young. That's the thing. So there's still room for improvement. Maybe this motherfucker has went to was it
Tiger Muay Thai?
Yeah, not Tiger, but like everybody likes to go to like what's that fucking place in Thailand? That Bangkok place, or I don't know.
Tiger Muay Thai.
Is it Tiger Muay Thai? Somewhere they like to train Muay Thai over there in Thailand. Who knows? He's been over there, maybe improving his striking, where it's at least a little competitive with Kape. Give me Kape here. It's probably gonna go to decision. I don't know. It's gonna be a good fight though. I hope Kape wins. Let's just say that. What about you?
Yeah, this fight, like the last fight, narrative scared me off this fight. Manel's the better fighter. He's by far the better fighter in my opinion. He does everything better. Mokaev is ass. I'm going to go that far.
He's a good grappler.
That's it.
And he's probably not submittable.
Everywhere, ass.
Willing to destroy a limb just to not tap.
Yeah, he's ass. He finds himself in, but if he's such a good wrestler and grappler, he wouldn't be in those submission attempts.
I mean,
he was losing the Tim Elliott fight. I forgot the guy that fought him, that got him in the knee bar that you're referring to. I forgot his name, but that was a deep
Brazilian cat.
Deep knee bar.
Short debut too.
Come on, brother. Like, I think Manel's a huge step up for him. Alex Perez, if he didn't have 3 years off, would have worked him.
Probably would have won that fight, yeah.
Mokaev's gas tank is not good when he's spamming into someone that can actually wrestle back into him. If this is a 5-round fight, I'd be max betting Manel Kape. I would.
Yeah.
And because I do think that Manel would expose a lot of things on him, like to an even greater extent. The fact that it's 3 rounds is only helping Mokaev.
That dynamic definitely makes this fight a little more interesting. You're right.
I'd max bet Manel at 5 rounds against this guy because I don't think he's that good. He's not who you think he is. That's all I gotta say. He's got very good wrestling.
He's got the potential, man.
It's
just, he's 23 still, so I mean.
Yeah, I'm going to lean Manel, but I don't know how I'm going to bet this fight just because of narratives. Because this fight could also be close, and Manel has found himself on the wrong end of split decisions. It bothers me because I thought he won the Nicolau fight. I thought he won it pretty cleanly. Even the commentary after the fight was like, okay, like, yeah. You know, like, it was an ass whooping, and he got rinsed on the decision, so. This fight being in Mokaev's backyard, oh man, it stinks. That's the best way to say it. It fucking stinks.
Yeah.
This one and the last fight, the Pimpler fight, fucking stink. They smell like robberies. That's why I smell bullshit. That's what I smell. You know what I'm saying? So give me Manel because he's the better fighter, but I don't know how I'm gonna bet this fight.
Next fight on the card at men's featherweight, we have the almighty Arnold Allen. Another triple same letter thing.
Yeah.
Triple A.
Triple A battery.
Triple A battery. Arnold Allen going one-on-one with the ninja Giga Chikadze. Allen, 19-3, fighting out of England, hailing from England, 30 years old. Chikadze, 15-3, fighting out of Georgia, actually repping Georgia, fighting out of Huntington Beach, California, 35 years old. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I think this is Arnold Allen. This is probably Arnold Allen easily.
Easy.
It's going to be a fun striking fight, but I just think Arnold Allen is just better.
Yeah.
Everywhere. He's got the grappling upside as well. He probably hits harder, probably faster of the two guys. This might look like a mopping. Low key. It might look like I like Giga. I just don't think I don't see outside of a knockout, I don't see how he wins this fight. Arnold Allen's got a hell of a chin as well. It's tough. This is a tough fight for Giga, in my opinion. Arnold Allen, by however he wants, low key. If he wanted to take him down and sub him out, practice his jiu-jitsu, he could do that if he wanted to. Arnold Allen, I think, probably pieces him up. He's the better boxer, better footwork, probably higher IQ fighter. This is just Arnold all day, I think, in my opinion. Probably inside the distance. He probably does finish him here. Giga is a tough son of a bitch, but I mean Arnold Allen, I think he's just another level, low key. Give me Arnold. What about you?
Yeah, give me Arnold for a couple of reasons. Believe it or not, I don't agree necessarily with always playing anybody over minus 200.
What's the line, actually?
Minus 265 for Arnold Allen.
Okay.
We don't encourage betting over minus 200 on this podcast.
That's a lot of juice to lay.
It's a lot of juice to lay. But the reason why I think this fight is interesting, and I'm trying to confirm it now, and why I think there's a possibility for a big bet on Arnold Allen is particularly because Giga Chikadze, he hasn't stopped anyone at the elite level. He stopped a lot of the wash guys. Arnold's never been stopped, even by Max Holloway. Evelev put him in some bad positions, and then he put Evelev in some bad positions. And then on top of that, too, if I'm correct, Arnold Allen's a southpaw. So if he's a southpaw, the Giga's main weapon is the body kick. He has 2 fights where he stopped guys with body kicks. That Giga kick is not going to be there where he hits the liver with his toes. If he's standing the opposite stance where his back foot is going to hit Arnold's leg or Arnold's back. It's not going to hit his liver. So for me, just with that alone, because I don't think Giga's boxing is extraordinary, I love Arnold Allen in the spot. I love him as much as I love Rose Namajunas last week against Tracy. I'm not going to say it's that much of a mismatch. This is a tough fight for Giga.
Yeah, and it's MMA at the end of the day. Some random shit happens.
Giga hits hard, too.
Giga hits hard.
But there's a lot of reasons to love Arnold Allen here. Just from the dynamics of their stances. Just from that simple explanation. Like, I don't know how Giga's... And then Giga's not as active as him either. So it's...
Yeah.
In London. Good luck.
This fight makes me want to rewatch the Cater fight because I think that's his only L in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, Cater was kind of putting
beat the fuck out of him.
And I think Arnold Allen is better than Cater everywhere.
Is, especially at this point in time.
Yes.
I think that is a tough fight for Giga.
I just don't remember if Cater is a southpaw or not.
I'm trying to confirm that, but I feel if I remember correctly,
actually, I could real quick. But go ahead.
Yeah, we'll look into it for you guys. But if I remember correctly, I think Cater and Allen are both southpaws. you get the correlation here, Giga's not going to have the same success with his kicks. He does his best work with his kicks. He doesn't do his best work with his hands. And I feel like you need to be the whole package or have a grappling threat to really get Arnold Allen off of his game, or you just have to be worlds better than him like Max Holloway.
Kattar's orthodox.
Orthodox. Okay, and what's Arnold Allen?
Arnold Allen is a southpaw.
Right. So my hunch was correct. And Giga is a what? Is an orthodox, correct?
Orthodox fighter, yep.
Interesting. You know why Kattar had a lot of success in that fight, though? It was the use of the elbows. I've never seen, that's one of the best fights. You want to learn how to use elbows? Watch that fight. Like, that Kattar put on a masterclass on elbows, and he just crowded Giga's space. When that fight happened, everyone thought Giga was going to fuck him up, and he rinsed him. I was on Kattar for that fight. Thank you, Calvin. I think it's a very tough fight for Giga. I really do. And I'm not saying you should bet minus 265, but I think you should find a way to. Yeah, I think you should find a way to be on this guy's side for this fight.
If you want to get cheeky, I think Inside is live.
Yeah.
Probably by KO.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, maybe the sub is
he
just
might sub his ass too.
Number.
I want to see what his ITD is. I really do. Or his round 2, round 3. Because I don't think it's going to be early. I'd play his round 2, round 3. I think this is just a bad fight for Giga, man. I feel bad for him, but like I said, he's not doing the UFC any favors either by being so inactive. But to his credit, I think it was a lot of injuries too. But if you want to, I think you want to figure out a way to be on the island side on this fight. And then he's at home, so even if it's close, who are they going to give it to? You going to give it to Giga? All right. Sure.
Next fight on the card, currently constituted as the co-main event, we have Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades 2. If you want to count the first fight, I guess you can, but whatever. Tom Aspinall, 14-3, fighting out of England, hailing from England, 31 years old. Curtis Razor Blades, 18-4, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, 33 years old. And this is for the interim heavyweight championship of the world. Tom Aspinall is probably the side for me here, but Curtis, what's the line on this fight?
Plus 300.
Curtis Blades is plus 300.
Which is nuts. I disagree with that line.
It's an interesting fight. That's all I'm going to say. Curtis Blades, with his wrestling, I think is live anywhere. The IQ is what scares me.
Yeah, and Tom literally said on tape, there's a video of him, you can find it online, where he says, the worst stylistic matchup for me.
Look at that.
Like, he said it. And
brutally honest.
No disrespect to people from London. They're not wrestling like these American boys, man. I'm sorry. This line is a little crazy to me. It's a little crazy. I mean, do I think Tom's going to win? Sure. I'm with you on this, but
Tom by KO?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think he has to flush knock him out. Those are the only people who have beaten Curtis.
Yeah, people who just fucking sleep him. Yeah.
Sleep his ass. And this is the biggest guy he's fought, for sure. Like, but if you looked at the first fight with the 3 seconds, the 10 seconds that happened, Curtis was having his way on the feet too. Kind of caught him on the way in, used the jab, popped the right hand, throws it down the pipe. I think, I think this line's a little crazy. I really do. I think this line's a little crazy.
Yeah, plus 300 on a guy who, I mean, nobody else fights like him. It's a little insane. Like, he's clearly the best wrestler. I mean, sure, his last fight against Jelton, I mean, that first round looked fucking insane. I mean, Jelton looked like he was on the way to whoop man's ass. But, I mean, Curtis Blade made the adjustment. He was like, all right, you going to shoot? I'm going to teach you some of these elbows, boy.
What does Tom look like after round 1? He's only been out of round 1 once. I don't know. That's the interesting part of this equation.
I mean, does Curtis Blades also just come out shooting?
Previously he did. Yeah. But I just think the line's crazy for the skill. Mm-hmm. The skill differential here is a little wide, in my opinion, with the wrestling. I think I'm not saying Tom's horrible. I think he's a better offensive wrestler, but we haven't seen anyone wrestle into this fucker either.
Yep. I can see a potential upset here, low key. I know everybody's on Tom. Everybody wants to see Tom versus either Pereira or Tom versus Jones. Jones is Duncan.
I think he is, by the way. We think he is on this podcast.
There's a lot of...
This is the toughest fight, in my opinion, for Tom Aspinall. But if you're asking me, I know people will say, oh, well, Curtis Blades was getting moved around by Jelton Almeida. Do I think Jelton could do that to anybody? Yes, this weight class?
Jelton could do that to anybody.
And Curtis kind of had a good game plan a plan B when he was not getting his way with the wrestling exchanges. Kind of kept his foot to the cage, sprawled, used the cage as base, was able to use it to get up. I like Tom in this fight, but don't be surprised if I play Curtis if this line gets out of hand. Tom is a better submission grappler. That's why I think this fight should be his. But, even Tom has said on camera, this is the worst stylistic matchup for me. I'm pretty sure we can find it for you and probably post it on our social media or something, but it's a little scary. That's all I'm going to say. This fight's scary to bet on, but that plus 300, is Curtis a plus 300? So you're telling me out of 10 times, Curtis is only going to win maybe 3? I don't know about that, man.
Like I said,
I don't know about that.
Curtis needs to be shooting this way. He needs to keep the guns holstered.
Correct.
Don't try to strike with these guns.
He needs to just mix it in.
Yeah.
Just be the better mixed martial artist.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if Tom is going to be able to deal with his wrestling.
Curtis Blades on top, he's a motherfucker, man.
Yeah. Who have we seen wrestle into him? That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And that's why this fight's interesting. So Curtis was the favorite the first time they fought.
Yeah, he was. I think I might have had a bet on Curtis.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we definitely got it because it was like I think we played him for the knockout or we played him for the money line. I can't remember what it was, but
don't recall. I mean, don't hold me to that because I don't remember if I bet that fight. But if I did, maybe it's just hindsight kicking in. But who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, give me Aspinall, but man, not sure I'm gonna bet this fight. Tom Aspinall by knockout or Curtis Blades by knockout. I would say probably fight ends by knockout is probably a good play.
True,
low key.
Fight doesn't go the distance for sure either.
Yeah.
Main event. Leon Edwards, Rocky. Remember the name, Belal Muhammad, for the welterweight championship of the world. Edwards, 22-3, fighting out of the United Kingdom, 32 years old. Remember the name, Belal Muhammad, the challenger, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, repping Palestine, 36 years old. Listen, I'm one of these guys that kind of defends Belal a bit here. He gets a lot of shit online.
A ton of shit.
Sure, he might not be the most
he's not the sexiest
fighter, exactly, That being said, I mean, man, the closer we get to this fight, the more I'm like, fuck, man. Leon might do some dirty work to this boy, low key. And I like Muhammad a lot. I think IQ wise, probably one of the smartest fighters in the division, if not in the UFC in general. Always comes out with a game plan. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how he comes out, considering they already kind of fought the first time, and he's already experienced a couple things. Leon definitely faster. Leon definitely the better striker. Leon definitely hits a little hard. We seen Leon literally evolve, from this guy who can strike to this guy who can mix in the grappling himself. Decent takedown defense. Beat Kamaru Usman twice. Give me Edwards here. I think Edwards probably gets it done. Does he finish Belal Muhammad? It's a 5-round fight.
Late, probably.
Probably late.
But who knows? Because he could have stopped Kobe a couple of times and he didn't.
That's true. That's true. The if Belal threatens the wrestling, it doesn't come out flat or fucking lost like Colvin Covington did. I mean, it's gonna be a better fight, I think. Because fuck, they've been denying Belal this title shot forever.
I feel bad for him because I feel like it's like they've aged him out a bit here.
A bit.
Only one guy in this weight class, no weight class below, I think is won after 36, and it was T Wood twice.
And T Wood,
against an older fighter too. He did it against Damian Maia, and I think he did it against Till.
Crazy.
So Till was just not ready for that. But
Till's never been ready.
Yeah, but I just think Leon bigger, stronger, faster, and as much as Belal's improved and leveled up, Leon's kind of been there too. Yep. They're way better than their first fights. But just based on the analytics, the statistics of the 30 that age, plus the size, the youth, the speed, the power, the better footwork, Leon might take him fucking down in this fight.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised if that happened, especially with a good inside trip and or shooting on him on a surprise shot. Belal's not too explosive, not going to really hit him with a knee on the way in. I think this is Leon's fight to lose. So give me Leon. I'm going to lean by decision because I think Belal's good enough to survive. But if there was a late stoppage here, I'm not looking at it crazy either.
Yeah, I might be looking at 3, 4, 5.
Low key. But I could see a body kick just fucking devastating this guy, man.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Belal. I'm a fan of him.
And if you like
He's
the
made me
Belal
money
side,
before, by decision.
I would take the decision or maybe even a long shot on the sub.
Yes. But if you're asking me, Leon's going to get it done. I think as much as Belal has been slept on, Leon's still slept on as the champion, which is fucking insane. So I like Leon in this fight.
And that does it for UFC 304 Manchester, top to bottom. We broke that motherfucker down, but we still got some sweet science to, we'll touch a little bit on the sweet science. So without further ado, I'll go to the expert in the sweet science, my brother himself. Go ahead, my brother. Take it away.
Well, this weekend we have Clarissa Shields going against Vanessa Lepage-Joanisse. Oof, she's moving up a weight class. I'm sorry if I butchered that girl's name. With that said, she's going to get butchered this weekend. Clarissa's going to have the speed advantage. Only thing she's probably going to be lacking is power, but there's not a lot of active girls in that weight class. I think at heavyweight and for girls, it's like 11 girls in the world actively professionally boxing or something like that.
I think it's a little more than 11, but it's definitely, I think it's like 30 or
That's
something
hilarious.
like that.
Yeah. Like the level of talent there is not there. And and this is arguably the best female boxer ever. Clarissa's probably going to win by decision.
What she calls herself? The Gwoat?
The Gwoat. The greatest woman of all time, yeah. I like her. Yeah, I don't want to shit on that girl. No, she's great. She's a good fighter. I don't know if she's going to stop her late because of the size and that a girl's ability to wear damage.
Yeah. But I'd probably lean decision.
I'm going to lean decision here. I think she's going to keep her on the outside, make sure she doesn't get hit with any big shots. I like Clarissa by decision. But give me a little more on that. Because if there's a late stoppage, I'll probably play 9 through 12 just with volume punching. That can happen. So I could see Clarissa just tuning her up. But these 2-minute rounds for women kind of help.
With the decision, for sure.
It does. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. That's why Amanda Serrano wasn't 46-0 with 46 knockouts. Like, there's a reason. Like, if there was 3-minute rounds, she would have had knockouts on her fights.
Yeah. Not all of them, but definitely most of them.
Most of them. So, that fight, Clarissa, I'll go decision, possibly late stoppage.
I'm with you.
The following fight that we have is Joe Joyce versus Derek Chisora. I hate this fight for Derek Chisora because me and my brother both like Derek Chisora. I think he's fucking outrageous. I think he knows how to sell a fight. I think he's a fucking dog. With that said, I think he's going against a bigger tank. And I'm not sure that Derek Chisora should be fighting anymore. I'm there. I think he's shop-worn. I think he's been in a lot of fucking wars. I think he's slow. I think he fades at certain points during fights. And listen, even though Joe Joyce has been stopped in his last couple of fights.
I was just going to mention that, yeah.
We cannot take away that this guy still managed to drown Joe Parker late. And look at Joe Parker now, who had better head movement than Chisora then and had better head movement than Chisora now, for sure. I think Chisora's running into a fucking dick saw this weekend. I like Joe Joyce. I like him by probably late stoppage here. 7-12, if you're asking me. But if the knockout's nice, I'll play that. Chisora durable, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you too. I mean, I do like probably the unders on this fight, depending on where they set it.
Yeah.
Because again, Joyce is very hittable, and he has been stopped before. And Chisora, I mean, listen, the last thing to go is power. So
yeah.
But I am leaning Joyce. I am leaning stoppage. It'll be a good time for a short time.
Absolutely.
And that about does it. We did some UFC. We did some boxing. That's all we got for y'all boys. So without further ado, my brother, take it away. Take us home.
You already know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, follow Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Everybody enjoying these visuals right now, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date.
And for all of our audio listeners, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, you already know. Love you guys. Holla at ya. See ya next episode.